the mat. Carl Perry in the blue from Illinois, taking on Michael Lightner of the Oklahoma Sooners in Sooner Red. Carl Perry, another 8th seed into the finals. He beat number 1 Doug Schwab of Iowa and 4 Mark Engel of Clarion. Two-point takedown for Lightner to open the scoring quickly after 32 seconds. Lightner in control, 2-0. This junior with a record of 33-3 has always been one of the favorite wrestlers of head coach Jack Spates.
Perry was an All-American at 126 pounds in 1998, finishing 7th. And last year he was 2-2 and did not place. So as an 8th seed, he's come a long way here. Lightner, of course, in the finals last year and lost. He remembered that in his interview with us, saying that's something he's relived several times. He has an opportunity now for a little revenge, winning in the finals, perhaps. But Perry, what a performance, beating the number 1 seed Schwab and then beating out Clarion's Mark Engel, the number 4 seed in the semis.
I have to wonder, with an 8th seed here into the finals, is he satisfied with that? Is he satisfied he's just getting into the finals?
You have to worry about a little bit of complacency, but he battled through 2 tough seeds to get here. This is the gravy. Most people think the semifinals is the toughest round. The finals are just let it all hang out. So he's done the hardest part of the work. This one he can really enjoy, and who knows, perhaps win one for the Fighting Illini.
There are 2 of them in the finals. Adam Tirapelli coming up in the next match at 149.
And you see that so often on teams where great wrestlers make the wrestlers around their weight class better in the practice room. And Illinois has 2 tough ones back to back here at 141 and 149 pounds.
Because they'll wrestle out of their weight class, and so you'll have the 2 guys wrestling each other who are not in the same weight class. But they're not going to go up 2 or 3 weight classes.
Oh, no, no. But it allows them to train together, and by training together, you make yourselves better. And literally, your training partner pretty much dictates who you can be, how good you can become.
Lightner down low again, but he's got to let go. Under 20 seconds to go in the opening 3-minute period here in St. Louis at 141 pounds. Illinois and Oklahoma. The final 2 at 141 left.
Lightner, nice attempt there for a head outside single, a high crouch, but got cut off.
And that is the end of the first period. 2-1. Lightner back with more in a moment. Michael Lightner is down. Carl Perry have the upper position as we get set to begin the second period at 141 pounds here in St. Louis. On McCarron along with Jeff Blatnick. Glad you could join us, and an escape point.
Both these programs, Oklahoma and Illinois, are really enjoying a resurgence. Under Mark Johnson and Jim Heffernan, Illinois has got 2 finalists. Under Jack Spates and Chuck Barbie, Oklahoma at one time in this tournament was in 3rd place. So both programs on the upswing, both have 2 finalists here, and they're starting to make statements as a team in the team picture as well.
And you know, conspicuous by their absence in the finals, Oklahoma State.
Very much so. One has to wonder, they were ranked pretty high and then they faded near the end of the year, dropping down to 4th place on many people's ranked team lists. And you have to say they had a very disappointing nationals here. No one in the finals, and there's a lot of people who can't remember when Oklahoma State did not have a finals.
Also a little blood on Michael Lightner, and so he's going to fix that up. 1 minute and 8 seconds to go. he's ready to go, and so they will resume. Carl Perry in the Big Ten, record of 25-6, and Lightner is ready now, number 2 seed. He is expected to win over the number 8 seed, but it's never easy.
Fans should know that bleeding does not count against your timeout. You have 1.5 minutes and are only allowed 2 timeouts. And then actually after you've taken your second timeout, you give your opponent choice on where to resume the match. So if he was standing, he could actually choose down and try to get an escape point. And if it happens in sudden victory, could you imagine that?
No.
Instead of going after takedowns because you took that second timeout, you then have to go where your opponent chooses. And in the whole tournament, there's only been one time where someone has taken a second timeout. And so a lot of people are grateful for the fact that you don't get any of these TV break timeouts.
Yeah, that's fine.
Sure.
I'm looking for my sheet there, though. There it is. All right, that's fine. That's fine.
And he's gonna hit it.
Who got it? Ah, it's 3-3. Welcome back right at the end of the second period. Perry scored. We're tied at 3. He talked earlier to us about being the Hawkeye killer after knocking off number 1.
I don't necessarily know if I'm the Hawkeye killer because he's gotten his fair share of licks in on me. I guess I just got it at the right time. So, of course it feels good. I'm not going to lie.
Certainly feels good. And he's talking about beating number 1 Doug Schwab, who was really the favorite here at the 141 weight class, but it was the quarterfinals when Perry beat Schwab by a score of 7-5.
Speaking of his time, he earned a quick takedown at the end of the second period, just before the bell went off, and he knotted the score 3-3, but Lightner able to get the escape, now leading. Excuse me.
No, escape.
Perry got the escape and puts himself up now 4-3.
And he's got Lightner again. He's got both legs.
Lightner's going to have to hang on. He's going to pray for a stalemate. Perry's got to continue to circle.
That's what he needs. There you go.
That's an illegal hold. He scissored his legs on his opponent's head. Lightner's going to get a penalty point.
So a point for Carl Perry because Lightner with a dangerous hold on the opponent while the opponent was in near scoring position. So 5-3, the number 8 seed. Here comes David.
Unbelievable. And now with a 2-point lead here, it's up to Lightner to try to find a way to score. And you can bet Perry's going to play defense. And if Lightner gets over aggressive, he'll take another shot.
Stalemate. 46 seconds left.
He's taken 2 shots and he's scored on both of them. And he continues to move forward in the Lightner.
And why not? It's worked so far. And the Illinois crowd and Carl Perry's mom, Sue, is up there rooting for him.
Mark Johnson, that was the Illinois coach you just saw, screaming advice. He's on his feet wrestling the match from the corner.
Time ticking down for Michael Lightner, and Perry will gladly take that stalemate, but Lightner is just 1 takedown away from tying this match. Oh, and he almost got it.
And he's doing some great motion now in desperation, trying to keep the head down. Stall call against Perry, but only 9 seconds remain. And looks as though Perry seems confident right now. Lightner doesn't have time to move around. He's got to move right in.
He needs defense. 4. No, not out of bounds. 1 second, and that's it.
Wow.
Carl Perry completes the trifecta, knocking off number 1, number 2, and number 4 as a senior Illinois wrestler to become the national champion at 141 pounds. Perry said he has dreamed of this moment since 7th grade. He is one of the few who has been able to fulfill the dream. Perry was able to take those 2 shots. He found Lightner too wide open on a couple of moments during the match. He was able to turn it around. 2 takedowns and escape point. Michael Lightner tried in vain, but Perry was too driven. He was too quick. And Michael Lightner will have to wait another year to get his national title. And Mark Johnson ecstatic. He expected Adam Tirapelli coming up next to win, but not Carl Perry. And Mr. Perry is with Jeff Blatt.
I'm here with a triumphant Fighting Illini, Mr. Carl Perry. And Carl, you went through number 1, number 2, and number 4 to win this championship. Did you truly believe you were capable of doing that?
I'm not going to doubt myself and say that I wasn't capable of doing it, because I knew that I was capable of doing. I knew if I came here and if I was ready to wrestle, I could compete with the best of them in the country. Things went my way a lot of times. I've been working on giving myself a chance to win, and thank the Lord for that one.
What was the key to this match? He got ahead of you early. What brought you back?
Well, one thing I've learned over the years is it's a 7-minute match. There's no need to get frustrated when you're behind. Hey, stuff like that happens. The main thing is staying focused and continue to wrestle the entire 7 minutes.
Well, it was an outstanding victory for you. Let me ask you, how important was this victory for the Fighting Illini program?
Well, I think without a doubt, to any of the recruits out there or anything like that, it shows what kind of program we have. It shows what kind of coaching staff we have with Jim Heffernan and Mark Johnson. Extraordinary coaches, the support that we're building. It's just it's a great situation to be in.
Well, he's a giant killer despite him only being in 141 pounds. Congratulations, Carl.
Thank you very much.
Back to you, Lon.
A great exclamation point here at 141. Carl Perry into the arms of those coaches he gave so much credit to. We've got another Fighting Illini coming up next at 149 pounds. Stay with us.